What's up guys, Tommy Bowyer here from Movie Rewind, and today I will be reviewing Casualty's Series 37 trailer. There's a lot of exciting stuff to talk about, so without further ado, let's get into it. Before I get into talking about this trailer, I just want to say, where have the Casualty trailers been? I mean, they used to release one every season, but it's been like 5 months since we got the spring trailer. So what are you doing, Casualty? The more trailers, the better. But saying that, this trailer was very high quality, and it was definitely worth the wait, I have to admit. The trailer seems to revolve around Dylan, which is great because I love Dylan Keogh as a character. And it looks like Dylan really wants to improve Holby's emergency department. He sees that standards are slipping and that the NHS is just not coping with the current situation. So he wants to reform it. He wants to change it, which is great. I'm fully on board with Dylan as clinical lead. I think he's starting to flourish in that role, and that's great to see. He also has Charlie Fairhead supporting him. Of course, Charlie, being the longest serving staff member there, is always someone that you want fighting in your corner. So I think Dylan and Charlie combined could really make the ED a special place to work. It also looks like clinical nurse manager David Hyde is still struggling with the realisation that his son Ollie was involved in a school shooting. Of course, they were really dramatic episodes in Series 36. And it looks like their storyline is going to continue in Series 37. It looks like we're going to see Ollie's mum, Rosalind, reintroduced to the show, and see how David is going to come to terms with life without his son and just try and get his head around why Ollie did what he did. And it's obvious from the trailer, David's going to blame himself, which you can understand to an extent, because I think any parent would at least put some of the blame on themselves. But hey, I'm not complaining with seeing more of David, because Jason Durr really has shined in the past year, so I hope that continues into the new series. Paramedic Teddy looks like he screws up during this trailer. He even admits to Jan, his boss, that, you know, I've screwed up, I should have saved this patient's life. It looks like the majority of those scenes are going to set place in a cave which is flooding. Now, I don't know if this is Casualty's kind of big stunt episode. They always seem to have a big stunt episode in every season, and it looks like this is going to be it. And you know what? I am there for it. The flooding in the cave looks really good, and I'm glad we're getting the spotlight on Teddy. He's a character who I feel they don't really pay a lot of attention to, so it'll be great to see Teddy in some new scenes. Also looks like Sars' storyline is going to continue. Now, they have had to deal with their parents getting back together, and obviously they have reservations because their mum walks out on them. So it's good to see that Sars' storyline is going to be picked up, because I think they have the potential to be a really memorable character in Casualty. So long may it continue this way. And from this trailer, it looks like consultant Stevie Nash is back to her old ways. Now, when she first arrived, I didn't really like her. I saw her as quite a villainous character, and then I've started warming to her in recent months, but it looks like she's back to her old ways. She's teaming up with her boyfriend to take down Dylan, because Stevie wants to be clinical lead, even though she's probably not the most qualified consultant to hold the position. And she has a problem with Dylan because Dylan calls her out on all her rubbish, especially over her vendetta against Ethan. So I think it's going to be interesting. While I am not a massive fan of Stevie, and I don't want her to take down Dylan as clinical lead because Dylan's my favourite character, I do like Stevie as a more villainous, you know, complex character. I think that works, and Eleanor Lawless is really good in the role. So I'm going to hope that Stevie doesn't get the clinical lead post, because I don't think anyone deserves it more than Dylan. But I hope the character does stay around, because you do need a more villainous and troubled character to be in the programme. Keeps it interesting. From this trailer and what producers have said about Series 37, it's going to be about disillusionment with the NHS and staff's attempts to reform it. Now, obviously, following the pandemic, a lot of NHS and medical staff have just become disillusioned with the NHS. They don't really understand why they bother anymore. And it looks like Series 37 is going to touch on that quite a bit, especially as I said, Dylan and Charlie look like they're joining forces to try and reform the NHS and change things. So I think this is an important storyline to touch on, especially in a post-pandemic NHS, because obviously a lot of changes have happened, and it's good to see that Casualty's emergency department is trying to change things for the better for patients and staff alike. And obviously this trailer has missed out some things. We don't see a lot of Ethan in this trailer. Now, there have been a lot of rumours and cryptic messages from George Rainsford that he has left the role of Ethan Hardy. Now, I pray to God those rumours aren't true, because Ethan's one of the best characters Casualty have at the moment. But there's no real mention of Ethan in this trailer, so he might not be as much a prominent figure in the next series. And also, there's not really much about Paige and Rash's storyline. Now, Junior Doctor Paige discovered she had the BRCA gene, but she won't seek treatment, and she was pushing Rash away, and she didn't really want to acknowledge that she might have cancer and that she needs treatment. Now, I think this stuff will be picked up on in series 37. I just don't think they're giving it away in the trailers, which is fair enough. You don't have to give everything away in the trailers. I hope that means there's a few surprises in store, which is always a good thing to see. So thanks for watching, guys. I really do hope you enjoyed this trailer review. Please remember to like, comment and subscribe in order to receive great and maybe even improved quality content in the future. I am just so glad they released it on a Wednesday, because they usually release it on a Friday and Saturday, and I'm at work, so I quickly have to rush home and do a review as soon as I finish work. But luckily I have Wednesdays off, so I had all the time in the world, and it was just the perfect way to end my day off, seeing a new trailer. What do you guys think of this new trailer? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Do you have any theories which you don't think I've discussed or gone over? Please feel free to comment down below. Always love hearing you guys' opinions, and I will see you in another one. See ya!